Today on Sail Wars, Mike spears a boat again. Good day, sailing fans. I'm Sandy Pondwater, and Sail Wars presents the Almost Any Boat Challenge. The greatest challenge ever! Brought to you by CC Hobby. What can we make for you? Sail Wars brings you dramatic racing from all views that are incredible. Expert sailors sailing their favorite boat. In the winds the weather brings them. No excuses, just fun competition at the highest level. Racers defending their class's dignity and honor from beautiful Frederick, Maryland. These men and women have taken the challenge. They have picked the boat they think will win. What boat will be the fastest? Who has the edge? Who will be our champion? Let's start off by meeting our world-class competitors. The ones brave enough to take on the challenge.
Hi, I'm Alan Kruisinger, and I'm sailing the Seawind. It's a meter-long boat, number 78. I like the Seawind because it's a pretty boat and looks more like a sailboat should. I have sailed against Odoms and I don't like their sail plan. I just like the way this boat looks. I expect not to be able to keep up with the East Coast 12s, but other boats I may be competitive with.
Hi, my name is Albert Shatar. I'll be sailing my DF65 today, and I'm hoping to beat a lot of 1 meter boats, quicker and more agile, and particularly I want to beat Bart and Mike.
Hi, I'm Bart, and I sail the Intrusion number 777. I'm going to prove that the US 1 meter is the best boat in the world today, because I'm going to beat all these bigger and smaller boats. I'm going to take them all down. Rob, Walter, Jarl, all of them. I could name them all. They're all going down today. US 1 meters, number 1, baby.
I'm Chris. I'm racing 98 EC12. I think I'm just happy to be here. I love this boat. It's pretty on the water. I'm not really looking to win. I'm just looking to be sexy on the water.
Hi, I'm Doug McClellan. I'm here today with my IOM. It's Panda by Mirage out of Tasmania. And it's number 48. It's a beautiful boat. It is a great boat, and I love it. Don't get to sail.
Hey, I'm Jarl, and this is my East Coast 12 meter, number 188. Here to have lots of fun and beat some of the boats and maybe be beaten by some of the boats. But it's all about the fun and sailing these crazy little toy boats.
Hi, my name is Carter. I'm selling this Victoria cylinder 108, and it's going to be a fun day. This is a small boat, but I'll make the best of it and see what happens.
I'm Kyle, and I am sailing a V36. It's a vintage 36 under the vintage specialty group, one of the many classes there. It's a 36-inch boat with 600 square inches of sail, so it's roughly equivalent to Bart's boat, which is a 1 meter with 600 inches of sail, but it's a 10-pound boat versus his being 6 pounds. So he would probably be my closest competition, although I'll be trying to beat any one of the other 1 meter boats if I possibly can.
Hi everybody. Okay, well this is my boat, what is it? 181. It's actually a registered legal IOM, International 1 meter. And my buddy at Vienna Vintage Boats, Mark Smith, he built it for me. I don't get to use it, but look at how it goes. But I really like it because it's got the UVA colors, and my daughter went to UVA. So, anyway, so Walter and Bart are the ones I want to beat today, and so I'm going to do that, and that's my goal. And I'm really happy to sail my IOM. I don't get an opportunity, so the one, let's get a picture of it. So the any boat up to EC12 was a great idea. So that's why I'm so excited for today.
Thumbs up.
Well, good morning. My name is Mike, and I come from South Central Pennsylvania. And this is a U.S. vintage model yacht group, North Carolina Sharpie schooner. It's what they call a scratch build, which means you buy stuff at the wood store and try to piece it together. It took me about 2 years to do it. I had to learn how to do a lot of new things. I had never made a set of sails before, and I had never poured a keel bubble before, so I had to learn how to make a mold out of plaster of Paris after I hand carved whatever I wanted. The boat weighs about 18 pounds, 8 of which is the keel, and she's about bowsprit to stern is about 5 feet long. I really look forward to putting her in the water. Light wind conditions today, which may or may not favor me, but I'm looking forward to trying to avoid the little boats. I want to spear them with my bowsprit.
Okay, my name is Paul Bussman, and this is my Bart Killer. It's a T27 that I built from a kit many years ago. I've got number 814 on it. It didn't really have a number before, but I gave it a number. This is, I upgraded the radio in it a while back because I wasn't able to sail it for ages because there was no range, so I updated it. And I found to my surprise, and my pleasant surprise, that it actually sails very nicely. So I'm curious to see how it does against the big boys today. We'll see, but I'm here to have a good time, and that's the bottom line. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Rob Dutton. I'm sailing a vintage Marblehead class boat, number 67. It's a heavy boat. It may not do well in the light wind, but I'm having fun, and I got a GoPro camera on it, and see what kind of videos show up.
Hi, my name is Sangeet, and I'm sailing the Focus 2. I'm from Herndon, Virginia, all the way up here in Lake Whittier. See how we're going to do today. We're looking forward to it.
My name is Walter House. I'm sailing Star 4502. I'm from Martinsburg, West Virginia. Looking to have fun today. Hope we got a breeze and a square course. We'll have a good time.
It gets faster. The more times you put it up,
Dragon Force 65.
It gets very fast.
And
just kind of go,
I go
okay, there.
not finish last in every race.
And the sails.
Let's see how Vegas sees the settlers' odds of winning. Here are the odds for the favorites before race 9. We see that Walter is the favorite at 2-1, Rob is dropped to 16-1, and Mike is all the way down to 32-1, Charles 3-1. And for others coming in not as the favorites, Bart has dropped to 5-1, Alan is 8-1, and Kyle has moved down to 16-1. This is the racing format. The competition will consist of 3 short, 3 medium, 3 long, and a drag race. Experts have set the course to make it as fair as possible for every size boat. From Frederick, Maryland, let's go racing! Okay, let's look at the entrance for race 9. It's been a bloody battle uphill for some of these boats, as we've seen Paul retire, Winston retire. Both of those were DF65s, and then the Victoria of Cartas retired. Let's look at the current standings after 8 races. These are your top 10 only. First place is number 1102 Walter. And second place is number 188, Jarl, in his EC12. He's moved up one, as third place, number 777, Bart, in his US 1 meter, has dropped 1 spot. Mari has moved up with her IOM to 4th place. Doug has moved down with his IOM to 5th place. Alan's in 6th place in his Seawind, dropping 2 big places. Chris is in 7th place with the EC12. Rob is in 8th place with his Marblehead. 9th place is Kyle with his V36, and 10th place is number 2 Sangeet with his Focus 2. Okay, let's watch the start of the last of the long races. After this, there's only a drag race left.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go on! You're over! Go on! Hey! Get out of there, Bart!
Albert goes over the line early, then crashes into Bart, hurting his chances.
You picking on the DF65, really? Really? I forced him in 83 over the line.
It looks like Mike and Alan are at it again up top. Mike has speared Alan and caught a hold of his boat, just like he did to someone, I think Kyle, in the last race.
I saw definitely forcing.
Just incredible. Mike said in his pre-race interview he would probably end up spearing someone, and sure enough, he has speared 2 other boats today. That's going to slow them both down. And look out! Albert broadsides Kyle as Kyle tries to go back to the line. I guess he's thinking he was over early or something. I never heard the race official call that, but he's heading back. Number 81 Mari is currently in first place with her IOM. Number 188 Jarl is in second, and number 1102 Walter is in third with his Star 45. Kyle seems to be going back. Remember what I said? I think he thinks he went over early. Alan and Mike are now tied together back at the start. They cannot get loose. Remember how Mike speared Alan right before the start? Well, they can't get loose as we see the front runners heading up towards that first mark, which is up kind of to the left of that dock. It's like they're racing a big triangle, and they're doing 2 laps. Where they started the race is also the finish line. So remember, 2 laps. This is the last of the long races.
What is that? What the point?
The wind is not being kind right now, but they'll get gusts at times and start moving along. This has been a super close competition with Walter, Jarl, and Bart all changing places at the top. Here we are on board number 67, Rob's Marblehead. What a great perspective to see this race.
Yeah. Never underestimate a good battery.
The lead boats are all starting to converge up top as they head towards that first mark. It's really important to go into that mark on starboard, as Bart is nearly going to hit. I think that's Chris, but he just makes it on by. You want to be on starboard going into that upwind mark, if at all possible. We only have 1 race left, so these points are very valuable to these competitors. There's probably about 5 boats within striking distance of taking home the victory in this almost any boat challenge. So few have come from all around the world to represent their class.
Bowsprit again?
Doug misses the mark. That is a costly mistake for his IOM and for Doug specifically. Number 188, Jarl is in first, and number 98, Chris is in second. Number 777, Bart is in third, and number 81, Mari is in fourth. Number 1102, Walter is in fifth, and Mari is stealing his wind right now. Look at her. She's blanketed his big sails, stealing some of that wind. And look at, she accelerates away from him. That was a good example of stealing somebody's wind. As we see, Doug, who missed the mark, is back there in sixth place. This front group of boats is starting to pull away from the rest of the pack, though. Look at how far it is before you get back. That is right here. That is Rob, number 67, making his way around that mark. Uh-oh, and he tacks too early, and he's going to miss that mark. And there we can see Albert in his DF65 going past. So a costly mistake from Rob. Number 188, Jarl's in first. Number 88, Mike, has just started. So no, he's not in second place there, Sail Wars fans. He's trying to make his way up to that first mark. So he and Alan got taken apart or got themselves apart. And look at Jarl's on his second lap, so this is his final lap. He's moving along as we see that big Sharpie schooner of Mike heading up. And Alan is already way up in front of Mike. There we see Chris, number 98, and his EC12's in second place. And Walter's in third, and Mari has pulled into fourth place. Bart is in fifth place, so Bart is dropping a little bit there. You better get those sails open a little bit more. But you can never count Bart out because that US 1 meter can jump up and move when the wind picks up. Chris makes his way around that mark, and look at how tight he turned, and then he went over onto the starboard tack, and his boat just stopped in the water. Those big EC12s just do not like to turn real sharp. As we see Doug, he's in sixth place. Part of sailing an EC12, sports fans, is you want to keep that boat moving and use that rudder very little. You never throw it into the tight turn like that. A costly mistake by Chris. As Walter and Mari have now passed Chris because of his mistake. And look at Bart. Bart's going to try to slide up in there as he goes on the starboard tack to gain some power. And yes, that US 1 meter starts to move. So you really have four boats vying for second place as Jarl has opened up a little bit of a lead in front of him. So Chris has come back and passed Mari. That's one good thing about EC12. Once you get that wind and get that boat moving, when the wind goes away, it'll keep moving longer than the smaller boats. Here we see Jarl making his way around that mark by the dock. And look at, Jarl has now lapped Mike. Mike in that Sharpie schooner still hasn't made his way to the first mark. Back in 8th place, we're on board with Rob, seeing what he's doing. Jarl is now trying to lap number 78, Alan. Remember, Alan was wrapped up when he got speared by Mike. It's a beautiful day out here in Frederick, Maryland, home of the Northern Maryland Model Yacht Club. They have a really nice website if anybody ever wants to come out and sail with them. Usually they sail the first Saturday of the month, but of course, check Northern Maryland Model Yacht Club's website for more information. And look at that, Jarl did lap Alan, so Jarl has lapped 2 boats now. That's Kyle, number 83. boat with the red sails right there. We can see Chris up top trying to lap Mike. Chris is in second. Bart is in third place as that little group of boats tries to go around that mark. Mari's in fourth and Walter's in fifth place. And look at that. That US 1 meter just flies around that mark and is trying to get around that Sharpie schooner. Looks like Mari's going to try to come on the other side of the schooner as Bart pulls away from Mike and his schooner. At times the schooner has been very fast in this competition, then other times it's been very slow. It's kind of been an up and down type of day for Mike, but that is a beautiful boat. Bart and Chris pull away a little bit from the rest of the group. Back on board with Rob, we can see the leader is passing him. And he's battling it out with that Focus 2 of Saying Geet. So Jarl has passed more of the back of the fleet. We see Alan, Saying Geet, and Rob right there. So Jarl, we can see him right there. He is just going blistering fast. And Jarl is headed to the finish line. He's only feet away from the finish line. Those other boats are they're a lap down. I think Jarl's trying to make a statement in this race. He comes to the finish line, nobody even around, and the fireworks go off. And number 188, Jarl wins in his EC12. Wins race number 9. These three boats are a lap down, so they're going to be heading higher up the course to that other mark. But look at that. Jarl actually lapped 4 boats. Here comes the second place boat. And number 98, Chris, takes second place in his EC12. And it's going to be a race for third between Walter and Bart. Bart is on the side closest to us in his US 1 meter, and he's passing Walter right at the line. And yes, number 777, Bart takes third place in his US 1 meter, meaning number 1102, Walter takes fourth place in the Star 45. Here comes the next boat, and then that looks like Mari. Yes, number 81, Mari takes fifth place in her IOM. As she pulls her boat up for the crowd, I can hear the crowd gasping out, cheering for her because they love Mari and her little boat. Mike and his schooner, they're coming by the start-finish line, but remember, they're a whole lap down. So that the white boat with all the white sails, that's a lap down. But that red boat behind him, no, he's not a lap down as Doug takes 6th place in his IOM. Meanwhile, back on number 67, remember, he was a lap down, so he's currently in 11th place going around that far mark. And we can see even the Focus 2's ahead. Now that Focus 2's another boat. Sometimes that Focus 2's been at the front part of the fleet and other times at the back. It's been an up and down day for that boat. I've seen a Focus 2 in stock form beat several US 1 meters in a fair race. So that can be a very fast boat once you figure out how to use it. We waited 5 minutes for the next boat to come to the finish line. That's how far those leaders were, that first pack of, 6 boats? They were way up there. We can see that Focus 2 on the left. Rob's trying to make his way to that last mark before he heads towards the finish line. You can see the bank where all the sailors stand up in front of us. Rob's catching up. Rob's boat's very fast when he gets up to speed with a good wind as Kyle passes Albert for 7th place. Alan hits Albert. Can you believe that? Right there, we see him ram him. And Rob doesn't give Sangeet any room at the mark, so we saw 2 collisions right there at that mark. And now another 3 minutes later, we're waiting at the finish line, and we have another competitor decides to come across and finish. That is Kyle, as Kyle takes 7th place. It is V36. Back on board, Albert passes Rob. So we got DF65 in front of a Marblehead. This could be an upset. Owlin also passes Rob. Rob better get his boat up and moving. Can a DF65 beat a Marblehead? We haven't seen it, or have we seen it? Rob says no way, it ain't happening today, as he passes that little DF65. And here comes number 78, Allen, to the finish line. I wonder if he ever did his penalty turn after he rammed another boat back there. I'm not sure. Our camera person wasn't watching. Right at the finish line, number 78, Allen takes 8th place in this sea win. Number 67, Rob takes 9th place in the Marblehead. Number 463, Albert takes 10th place in the DF65. And number 2, Sangeet takes 11th place in the Focus 2. Congratulations to our top 3. First place is Jarl with his EC12. Second place is Chris with his EC12. And third place is Bart with his US 1 meter. Stay tuned, don't forget. The drag race is the next in this video series. Sail Wars is made up all of volunteers. Please subscribe and hit like. We thank you for liking and subscribing. Attention all club webmasters. Sail Wars needs your support and help. We need for you to get the word out to your club members and put a link to our YouTube homepage on your club's website. Here is our YouTube homepage. This is what it looks like. We have playlists. Just click on that word playlist. Or you can click on a link that goes to all the videos, well over 200 videos now. And of course, so you never miss a video, please hit that subscribe button. And of course, check out the Best of Sail Wars. We have well over 200 videos for your enjoyment. Thank you for watching Sail Wars. Join a great club near you like the Northern Maryland Model Yacht Club. And we love the AMYA. And we would especially like to thank our camera person Connie and our scorer Andy. We really appreciate you. And this is Sandy Pondwater signing off. I'll see you at the next race.